name is Michaela and I work with the San Diego Air and Space Museum. Today I'm going to be reading you Room for Everyone. This book is about two little kids, Musa and Dada, head off on an adventurous journey to the shore, and they pick up new friends on the way and get a full bus, as you can see. So let's get started. The Dala Dala rumbled and roared, and Musa and Dada were off to the shore to feast on fish at the Friday Bazaar by the blue crystal waters of Zanzibar. Soon after zooming past Zulieka Street, they saw one old man and his bike with no seat. So the driver honked, pulled to the side, and asked, "Dear brother, do you need a ride? It's hotter than peppers out there in the sun. Come in, there's room for everyone." "But Dada," says Musa, "I don't think there is enough room for that man and that cycle of his." "Don't worry, Musa, there's space galore. If you jump just a bit, we can make room for more." So in came the man with his sweaty old feet and his bike with no bill and no light and no seat. After some wiggles and giggles and fun, they made enough room for everyone. Next they passed the Bagdala boats, and a herder appeared with two little goats. So the Dala Dala pulled to the side, and the driver yelled, "Do you need a ride? It's hotter than peppers out there in the sun. Come in, there's room for everyone." "But Dada," says Musa, "can there really be enough room for a cycle, two goats, and me?" "Of course there is. If we squeeze a bit, we'll make enough room for us all to fit." And though the seating arrangement was tight, Musa could see that Dada was right. After a shuffle, a squirm, and a squeeze, they found a small space beside Dada's knees. Onward they went with a honk and a toot, till vendors appeared with free baskets of fruit. So they pulled to the side, and as you can guess, Musa cried out and began to protest. "Mangoes and melons and paradici, we don't have the space, please listen to me." But up came the baskets of tropical fruits, and down dripped the juices on ankles and boots. Everyone wiggled and giggled galore, till somehow they carved out a space on the floor. Onward they puttered past palms and sails, till a farmer appeared with 4 shiny pails, filled with milk all the way to the top, so the Dala Dala came to a stop. "We can't, we mustn't, I do not see where he could possibly sit," Musa cried in despair. But the passengers wiggled, and somewhere, somehow, they made space for the farmer and the milk from his cow. The Dala Dala drove past some farms till they saw 5 mamas with fish in their arms. So the Conda stuck his head outside, yelling, "Sisters, hello, do you need a ride?" "No," cried Musa, "this rickety bench has no room for those fish and their ickety stench." But the passengers wiggled and squished on the floor and made enough room for the ride to the shore. 6 minutes later, a farmer was walking, and 6 stinky chickens that wouldn't stop squawking. And right there beside them were several fellas carrying 7 Katinge umbrellas. "Hop in," someone shouted. "Get out of the sun. There's plenty of room for everyone." Musa resisted. "These chickens are fat, and 7 umbrellas? There's no room for that." Dada insisted. "Just open the door." So everyone wiggled and giggled galore, and eventually found enough room for more. Soon they were making a turn down the lane, where a vendor was carrying 8 sugar canes and 9 tender coconuts fresh off the tree. What yummy, refreshing sweet drinks these could be. The passengers shouted, "Do you need a ride?" And as you can guess, Musa worried and cried. This is outrageous. We can't let them in. We already smushed like sardines in a tin." Though it was clearly a very big, tight fit, they wouldn't give up. No, they just wouldn't quit. So in came the coconuts, tender and sweet, and the sugar canes tangled between people's feet, tickling everyone's toes as they wiggled, and even until Musa started to giggle. A few minutes later, they stopped for fuel, which happened to be near a diving school, where 10 divers were ready to go, with suits and gear and tanks in tow. Trying to get in on all the commotion so they could explore the Indian Ocean. But was there room for all their stuff? Did the Dala Dala have room enough? And though the Dala Dala was packed from top to bottom and front to back, Musa yelled out, "Come join the fun! We'll make enough room for everyone." So the swimmers with the snorkels and tubes and fins wiggled and giggled and wriggled right in. That's the whole bus right there. The tires were reeling and spinning and burning, the passengers sweating and twisting and turning, elbow to shoulder, beak to nose, feathers to feet, udders to toes. What a sight to see, what a comical crew, stuck together like globbity glue. They clunkety-clunked like junk in a trunk, so close to a breakdown, clunkety-clippity-plunk. When suddenly all of them heard a screech. Albandulala, they arrived at the beach. Out came 10 swimmers with snorkels and fins who ran to the ocean and dove right in. Out came 9 coconuts, fresh and tender, and out came the whistling coconut vendor. Out came the 8 sticky sweet sugar canes with 7 umbrellas for sunshine and rains, 6 stinky chickens and 5 piles of fish, 4 heavy pails full of milk so delish, 3 big old baskets of fruit for a treat, 2 little goats and 1 bike with no seat. At last they had finally reached the blue crystal waters of Ngui Beach, where Musa and Dada and everyone could wiggle and giggle under the sun. That's them swimming. And that is it. I really enjoyed this book. It was really fun. It took me on an adventure, and I hope you enjoyed it too. What did you think?